I'm so used to that. You know, the beautiful thing is, like, even today, sometimes, I'm a little
training?
away.
Are you training every day?
Oh, yeah. 5 days a week.
Very good.
5 days a week, yeah.
That's another thing I think our generation has. Is like we're all training.
Yeah, we're all training.
Yeah, sure.
And now the martial arts, the sensei often doesn't.
Yeah.
Right? He got very heavy, and he sits there and watches. And
or you age out, or you injure out.
No.
Jiu-jitsu, you can still do
going,
effectively. Yeah, 100%.
Against the young bucks.
Yep.
You know, and yeah, man, it's like I plan on doing this for a very long time.
Yeah. You know, I think about it like Elio practiced to his capacity into his 90s.
Yeah.
I'm aiming for that.
Yeah, agreed.
I'm
100%.
Yeah.
You know, even he was saying that, and I believe it's like, okay, maybe I'm not going to tap you, but you're not going to tap me.
Right.
And that's the main point. Right?
Right.
If I get into a fight, like I don't want to lose. I can't lose. I can't get injured. If I win, that's a bonus.
Right.
But if you can get out of a fight, a real fight, and not lose, which means getting injured.
Right.
And getting things stolen from you.
Right.
You won. You won. You know,
100%.
Yeah. The bonus, that's the reality of life.
Yeah.
The bonus is like, hey, I got a good story if I kick that guy's ass, you know? But the reality, like, if I just can get away with, you know, not getting hurt and not getting robbed, I won. So, yeah.
You understand, as an early adopter, like, you have this experience of jiu-jitsu, right? Like, this really, you know what, I don't use this term, but I've heard people say this golden era. It was like the golden era of jiu-jitsu, of, you know, especially like everybody was looking at Renzo's at some point, like all eyes turned that way. But then there's this newer-ish jiu-jitsu. Like, do you see any differences? What are some things like you like about new jiu-jitsu, or these next generation of jiu-jitsu practitioners? What are some things that you would caution? Anything?
No, I love it.
Yeah.
I do. I love it. I don't have a modern game.
Yeah.
My knowledge of it is limited. I can show some of it.
Yeah.
But I love it. And
that's really great that you say that.
Yeah. And as far as I consider it still a martial art, the sport, because you don't get that good in sport without knowing the basics. You get it, like those sporty guys who are berimboloing and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. They get into a street fight, they're taking you down, passing your guard, mounting you, going to punch you in the face till you turn and choke you.
Yeah.
They're not going to try and berimbolo you.
Yeah.
Their takedowns might be limited. And luckily now, due to the wrestlers coming in, Jay Flo, who I think is fantastic for jiu-jitsu, you know, John really pushing the takedowns. Sean Williams has been pushing the takedowns for a long time. We're getting that was lacking for a long time. But man, those guys who are pure sport will crush somebody in the street, no problem. So I think it's great. You know, it's exciting. It's it's a healthy lifestyle, and they're taking the sport. You know, they're making things better. It's innovating. Even just side position is innovating. I'm not even just talking about all these funky techniques,
right?
You know, and the no gi. Like some people saying gi is going to disappear. It'll never disappear. No way.
Hell no.
Absolutely not. It'll never disappear.
No.
I'm not being like an old fart about it. It's like, no, it has its real important place.
Absolutely.
And anybody who says, well, people in the street don't wear a gi, well, yeah, they do. They wear clothes. And in no gi, you can't grab clothes.
Yeah.
You try and tell somebody in the street, you can't grab my clothes.
Yeah.
So it's just clothes that won't tear.
Sure.
You know, and again, of course, we're not going to do spider. We're not going to berimbolo. But man, you have clothes. It's a different fight, like a hockey fight.
What about a tie, bro?
Huh?
A tie. It's a noose around your neck.
No, 100%.
Yeah, of course.
So it's and it's fun. And as we get older, you know, it's much easier for us to keep doing that. We're not as fast. We can control the young kids.
Yeah.
But I get these young athletes in, and I was talking with Sean and Paul, Sean Williams and Paul Creighton about it. And it was like, you know, take these young bucks, put a gi on, and let's see you be athletic getting out. And these no gi guys. Yeah. Let's see you still use your athleticism to escape stuff. It's super important. It improves your defense in a massive way.
Renzo told me in maybe 97, when he was just kind of pushing no gi forward.
Yeah.
You know, there wasn't a lot of no gi in those days.
Yeah.
It was...
No, we were wearing gi pants and our T-shirt.
That's right.
Or topless.
That's right.
There was no shorts, no board shorts. We went through the transition of board shorts, T-shirt. Rash guards didn't happen till, I don't know, early 2000s.
That's right. So, but there was no like there wasn't a lot of no-gi jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he had said to me, he said, Gene, like, you got to do both. And I took that as gospel then.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that you say, like, you don't want to be an old fart about it, but I still believe it to be true. Like, yes, there's no gi grappling. They're at the highest levels. They're amazing. And then there's gi grappling. And I think for a practitioner, not an athlete, not, someone who's just interested in winning a title, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think it's important to make the distinction, like, if you're a practitioner, like a lifelong, you want to do both.
Yeah.
It's necessary. And he was right. He was 100%
100%.
right.
Yeah.
Developmentally, I think the gi is a very strong tool.
Yeah. Yeah, the argument like, hey, it's a different sport. Why would you do one sport to try and get better in the other one?
But it's not
like,
sport.
no, it's not. It's not a different sport.
Yeah.
They're so similar, and actually Sean Williams said something really smart. He was like, it's like swimming. If you're it was a good point he made. You're going to put paddles on your hands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're going to do different things to improve certain parts of your game. And for no gi, if you want to improve your defense, throw a gi top on, because you're not going to explode out of stuff. You're going to have to be much more technical. And the gi guys need to go no gi because it's so much harder to control somebody.
That's right.
Your offense will really improve because you have to be on point to control someone and finish. If you just tried the loose game, it's going to be harder. You need to learn, hey, how can I pin you like Gordon does? You never get up.
That's right.
If you're on top.
Hodger as well.
Hodger. Yeah, all those dudes. So, yeah, I think it's super important. And they're both fun. They're both fun. They're both fun.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So, I've been asking all the black belts, the original, we just had this OG reunion, right?
Yeah, that was special last night, right?
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, like last night, 50 of Renzo's original students from when he first opened his academy 30 years ago in Manhattan, we all had a get-together, a surprise get-together for Renzo. And so 50 of us showed up, and almost everyone instantly said yes, no matter where they lived in the country or the world. They made a point to come. And I came to realize 28 out of those 50 are now in the jiu-jitsu world, like own academies or teach. Yeah. It's like, where are you going to find that? Where somebody inspired you to like, not just love it so much that, no, I'm going to make this my life. I have a family to support, and I'm going to take that risk because it just seems such a wealth
it's legit.
Of life it's going to give to us to be around people all day.
And we're not selling, lotto tickets and beer. No. And cigarettes.
It's not bullshit.
Yeah.
It's not bullshit.
Yeah, it's not bullshit. So I've been asking all the core guys, like, what's the major thing that you learned from Renzo?
Yeah, I've heard, I like your podcast, and I've been listening to it. And
Thank you.
A lot of the guys hit on the points that like I would also say. And another one, I would say, not more so, but another one that I really learned from Renzo was his amazing urge to include everyone. So he'd be sitting on the side and he would tell his campfire stories. Yeah. And if you were not part of the main group, and we weren't very cliquey because we were all very friendly, but there was still the campfire where like the main guys would sit and listen. Let's say the guy's name was Mark. He'd look, Mark, come here, and me, come man, and next to me, sit next to me, like, and you could see how puffed, how happy they were. Like, I'm not going to just I was invited to sit next to Renzo. And Renzo, you'd sit and he'd put his hand on your shoulder and he'd keep telling his story to everyone. And he would make people feel so good. But that is something that I've taken on in life, that when I see someone left out, I bring them in and include them. And it's so, and that gives them sometimes that jump start to like, oh, I'm worthwhile. Like I am somebody.
100%.
And they can carry that. And if they keep coming to the academy and they still be keeping part of that, they're going to carry that in life. And I'll tell you one step further, which I'm not that far. I'm not that far along. And how Renzo is so good at it. I'll tell you how far he takes it. That we went out last summer or 2 summers ago to Tara was there, to a Japanese restaurant a bar that he likes on the Upper West Side. And we're all sitting out there. I think it was Andrew Owens and Carl Pravik and Dave Chung. And we were all sitting there. And this full-on bum is walking past, like full-on bum. Smelly, everything.
Homeless.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And Renzo's, and the guy's like, hey, Renzo.
He says his name?
Yeah. And Mark, whatever his name. Mark, what? Hey, how are you? Hugged him. Now, would I go and buy the guy a meal? Yeah. Would I give him some cash? Yeah. Would I hug him? No, I'm not there. Renzo hugged him.
Yeah.
Renzo then took him inside, bought him a beer. And then the guy came out and was talking. And he had some kind of, while he starts talking to this guy, and and I was a little uncomfortable with the guy, like not scared, just.
Fair enough.
Yeah. My weakness.
Yeah.
For sure.
Or Renzo's strength.
My weakness. Okay. No, he was how you should be.
Yeah.
But he had the strength to be like that. Mm-hmm. For me and most everyone, we judge. And we, for whatever reason, and we've been taught that, separate yourself. But while this guy was talking, he was missing teeth. He started to slobber and sort of had a mini stroke, perhaps, of sorts. And Renzo hugged him and held him as he was drooling onto Renzo. And Renzo didn't care. I get choked up. It was incredible. I looked at it. I was like, fuck, man, look at this guy. Look at Renzo. Like, wow. The genuineness. It wasn't to show any of us, like, this is how you should be. It was just like, man, I'm my fellow man,
Human being.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
So you see stuff like that. And I learn from him, things like that too. Like, every human is important. Some people have had it tough and haven't been able to overcome, but they're important and they should be loved and taken care of. And it's just impressive. It's just, man,
100%.
Yeah.
Man. It's really like.
Yeah. So so in my academies, that's how it is too. And in my academies, and I believe it's like that in every Renzo academy.
Yeah.
You walk in, it's not cliquish. Like, if people arrive before class, it's a big circle. It's automatically on their own.
Yes.
It's a big circle of everyone talking. It's not 3 here, 4 there, the best guys over there.
Yes.
It's everyone. And I see with the brand new people who walk in, they feel comfortable to walk into that group. They don't feel ostracized. And it becomes the academy becomes their favorite place. Work is tough. Home life can be tough. Things can be tough. But they know when they go to the academy, they're accepted. They're going to be challenged to better themselves, and just good things are going to come from it. So yeah, man, that environment that we've created. Everyone says, you can go to any Renzo Academy of his students.
Yeah.
Some people, Renzo's so generous.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, you can use my name, and he's not a Renzo student. But the Renzo students, you can go into any. My students have always said, any academy they go into, it's the same vibe. It's the same vibe.
Yeah, he gave that to us all.
He gave that.
I was writing an article this morning, something that I want to publish, about the distinction between like this culture that you're talking about and some other cultures out there in the modern jiu-jitsu community, modern martial arts community.
Yeah.
And I was citing that this exact thing, that everyone needs to feel welcomed.
Yeah.
And the downfall of an academy, of a dojo, of a martial art environment in any respect is that cliquish behavior, is that gym mentality. Like, only the best guys or girls get the attention, and everybody else has got to like pick on the scraps.
Yeah.
And that's certainly, like, I love the story that you told about, well, both are super powerful. And, but I remember being one of those guys that were not in the circle, and him going like, Gene, come on over here, come sit right by me, and feeling a sense of welcome that I don't know if I've really felt in that way in my entire life before that point.
I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine like the quarterback, the cool quarterback of the high school.
Absolutely.
Is like, hey, what's up, dude? That's kind of like what it was, right? And everyone had to accept you, but he did it to everyone, and everyone, I mean, Matt Serra was just super nice, Ricardo, like these just enigmas, but they were just so nice to you. It's just so nice to you, and you're like, okay, all right, this is.
I think fundamentally, the jiu-jitsu gives in that environment, gives the person, the practitioner, that ability.
Yeah,
you know,
and maybe it comes from like Gene, could you be a jerk to me? Like sure you could, but why would you? When you've got Nikki Serra who's going to kick your ass. So how could you feel so big to shit on me? You can't. And then Nikki can't do it because Ricardo's there. And Ricardo can't do it because Renzo's there.
That's right.
So it's like it was all of, and then even let's say Renzo, let's say it was a regular, not a Renzo nice guy, but just another black belt. Even he couldn't do it because you're going to get caught sometimes by someone who's worse than you. So it's like you just can't lie to yourself, because if you're going to do and lie, you can't come back. Those are the guys who quit when they couldn't keep lying because it was so obvious. Like, oh, today I tapped because I wasn't feeling good. Today, man, I get down. Like sometimes I come to New York, and like the guys are so good, and there's so many guys on that mat. That mat is so deep. It's like there's a lot of guys who are giving me trouble. Like I'm having trouble with these guys, and then I'm talking to you. You're telling techniques, and I'm talking to Sean Williams. It's like, wow, the game. Like, could I avoid it and never come around? Sure, and lie to myself? No, I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to get better, and then you go in and train. Like, okay, I'm pretty good, but there's always someone better somewhere, and there's things to learn, and that's awesome. That's awesome. Don't lie to yourself, man. Man, about anything. About anything. My wife is cheating. Don't lie. Like be honest about everything. It's work. I'm doing badly at work. No, man. Things are you having trouble there. Deal with it. Deal with it.
And stay in the problem.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So it gives us that.
Stan, I think very fondly of you. I like we've been, I don't like to say the mountaintop, but we've been to the horizon together. Like, and you've been there for me in ways that you don't know. Like you showed up for me when I was getting married, and you showed up in other ways throughout the years, and like just recently in terms of this reunion, you showed up for me again, and I'm very appreciative of our relationship, and cool. I think that like your voice in jiu-jitsu and your presence as an instructor and as a classmate is very important.
Oh, man. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, thanks, man. No, you were super. I have real memories. Like I'll tell you. Are we running short or anything?
No.
I'll tell you. Well, for my business, I'll tell you one.
Yeah.
How important you are.
Yeah.
And one cool memory of you is, so my first MMA fight, I was a white belt, and I don't remember this, but it was up in Connecticut, and I fought that David Adiev purple belt, and I was only training like it was a few months. So I didn't, and that's why I joined jiu-jitsu. I was like, I'm a martial artist, and I want to test myself. And I had asked, and everyone, Carl Massaro, I think Scotty Matai, all those guys were fighting that night. And I was like, Renzo, can I fight? And that's how generous Renzo was. He's like, how's your stand-up? I go, it's all I've ever done. He goes, okay. So he didn't even care that maybe I would make his name look bad.
Yeah.
The fight, I ended up winning the fight, but I remember, so at the, it's a whole story in and of itself, which is kind of a cool story. But I remember, the guy who was crushing me at the beginning of the fight, and then I came back, and it was a 10-minute first round, and I came back and dominated the second half, and I went into the corner, and it was Matt and Nikki Serra were my cornermen, and Renzo, Ricardo, and Rodrigo are on the mat, also kind of coaching right there. And I remember walking out, and I went, okay, man, this guy's tired, and I don't feel too bad. So I went out, hands down, like slumped, like exhausted. And I remember hearing your raspy voice, Stan, hands up, hands up. And I'm thinking to myself, shut the fuck up. And I got close, also I went, Dang! Jeet Kune Do, Bruce Lee, straight lead hand. Right. Boom, dropped him. And won the fight because right away I got on top and all that. But that was that's one of the memories I had. Like it just stands out. Like Gene was just so looking out for me, and it was like, yeah. But I'll tell you, the way I teach. So you did a little seminar at Steve LaValle's.
Yes.
And I was there, and it was just before I was opening my academy.
Yes.
So I wanted to learn how to run an academy, and there are certain things that we won't do. It's like too, silly.
Yes.
But there were certain things he did teach that were good, how to run an academy. But you were there, and I use to this day, and everyone tells me, Stan, I love how you teach. No one else does it. And every time I visit another school, it's so hard to learn because you taught me, you said, you break it down. You say, arm bar, 1, grab wrist and elbow, yep. 2, hip it across, 3, foot on the hip, 4, hand on, like that. Then everyone, you do it. And then next one is like, hey, 1, wrist and elbow, 2, hip, 3, foot on the hip. And then you do one more time, 1, 2, 3. And then the other guy goes, and then, okay. And the whole, I can teach a room of 50 people,
of course,
how to do a technique proper. While the way everyone else teaches, which is how we learned, is here's a technique, here it is 3 times, go and do it. And then I'm going to walk around the room and try and fix you.
Yeah.
And by the time I get to that last guy, he's been doing it wrong this whole time, or just sitting and watching like, what the hell do I do? And then you get to him and it's okay, let's go to the next technique because now it's been 10 minutes. And to this day, so we're talking 18 years later, I use that and it's massive.
Yeah.
And everybody should know how to do that.
Yeah,
like you should show everyone how to do that because it is a great way to teach. It's a great way to,
It takes the instructor's responsibility to a whole other level.
Yeah.
It really is. It's the hallmark of a great instructor, if you ask me.
Yeah, no one does it, dude. I mean, it's when you showed it to me, I was like, he's right. And like, I'd say once you're a blue, purple, show the move and in general you'll get it. But the white belts, no, there's a reason why jiu-jitsu is so good. Right. It's so technical. Yeah, they don't even know left foot from right hand. Move your right hand, their left foot's moving. Like, dude, I didn't say move your left foot, and so I really like I think about you every day because
thank you.
It's not, I haven't gotten used to it. It's still, this is how it should be done. And my instructors, I teach them, this is how you have to teach.
Right.
Like, this is how you're going to get the room to do everything right.
That's right.
And man, it's great. It's great what you showed me.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, man, it's been great.
Yeah.
Love you, buddy. I appreciate you.
Love you, bud. All right, cool.
Thank you for listening to the Gentle Art Podcast. Please share, rate, and review. And if you have any questions or you'd like to reach out, please contact us at thegentleartpodcast@gmail.com or contact us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter or thegentleartpodcast.com.